Hello. Welcome to this course. This syllabus overview would cover all of the courses that I teach online here at Calhoun Community College. That's going to include Calculus 1, 2, 3, linear algebra, and differential equations. All of the syllabi for all those courses basically are the same. Just gut out the course topics. Which are specific for those particular courses, but everything else, we're doing the same exact thing. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and you're going to see in the syllabus, is a table of contents. That table of contents is very important. Most all of the major items in the syllabus are listed on that page. Just a quick reference for you. You're going to find out that in Blackboard, when you go to course content, my videos are there, and also the lecture notes. I call them PDFs, and then the annotations. That information is there. Feel free to print the PDFs and also the annotations, which correspond to the lecture video. The real good thing, starting the first day of class, you have 14 free days access into WebAssign. WebAssign is where you go to when you click on a homework assignment or quiz or the exam. And so for the first 14 days, starting at the first day of class, you have that access there for free. But then after the 14 days, you have to pay for that access. I tell students to purchase the Cengage Unlimited because if you're taking several courses with Cengage, it doesn't have to be math. Could be other disciplines. You can still use that same code. And I think you can buy that code based on maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or I don't know if they even have it forever. But buy the one that you get the most for your money, and so you can use that for several of our courses. And it's just not a course here at Calhoun. You can be at Alabama or Auburn or UAH or Alabama A&M. If they're using Cengage products, it could be psychology, criminal justice, wherever, you can still use that same access code. The required course materials, um, that access code for WebAssign is going to get you into their homework, quizzes, and exams. Um, but in terms of what's required that I'm listing here, my videos, my videos basically, they're my in-class lecture information. Scientific calculator, you can have a graphing calculator, but you just can't use the graphing calculator on exams. You can use the graphing calculator for homeworks and that kind of thing. Some of the problems may say use a graphing utility to solve this. If that's on the test, please understand I've picked the problems whereby you can work them all by hand. So just ignore that statement. Don't send me an email. Well, it said I can use a graphing utility, but the teacher said we can't use a graphing calculator for the test. You can do it by hand if you know what's going on. So anyway, the textbook is optional. If you're a book nerd like me, you like to have a book in your hand, but I know with the modern age today, everything is online. So just the good thing when you go into WebAssign, you can click on where it talks about the ebook, and that's the textbook itself is there provided for you online. The next thing would be the grading plan. There are 6 exams in this course. I dropped the lowest, but I do not drop the 6th test. So you make sure you take that 6th test. If you want to get a grade in this class, that's the main kicker right there. Everybody has to take the 6th exam. For whatever reason, each semester, in one of these classes, somebody doesn't take the 6th exam, and some people are doing good. They just don't take that test, and I guess they think, well, I'll just take the final exam. Here's the thing, folks. do what the instructions say. It's not what you say. It's what's been put, here for you to do. Whether it's your parents saying something, whether it's Johnny Law, or whether it's the Bible, if the judge, you can't make up your own stuff, even after you've received the information that you ought to follow. So, that's that. I digress. Anyway, the evaluation of students' work. Uh, what I will do, and sometimes a statement here may be misleading. This second sentence, the instructor will review all exams submitted with scratch work. That was intended for years ago when we had the testing center. And that's why you see, even in some of this language, I've tried to gut it out. I just couldn't get everything. On campus, off campus testing. Well, we're not really doing any on-campus testing because of COVID and all of that. So here's the thing. If you send your scratch paper and via email, you can do that. I'm not promising anybody I'm going to look at all that stuff. The only time that I would look at that is if there's a question of a problem that you did on the test in WebAssign, and you want to prove to me that you did work it out. If I have your scratch work via email, I can go back and look at that. Most times I'm able to kind of tell in WebAssign. And also when you're working in WebAssign, you want to use that Ask My Teacher tab. I think that's explosive. You can do so much, ask for partial credit, make comments there. If the answer box doesn't show for that particular problem, you can just put the answer and Ask My Teacher. So you can't say, well, there was no answer box. I had the answer, but I didn't know where to put it. Look, you don't have to ask me or tell me to put my answer and Ask My Teacher or somewhere else online. If that answer box is not there and I got the answer, I'm going to put the answer somewhere. If I got to write it on a piece of paper and tape it on my computer and take a picture of it and tell the teacher, hey, I worked it out. That's my answer. WebAssign didn't have the answer box, but I just want to let you know. But anyway, I digress. Ask My Teacher. Just go there and put the answer in. If that happens, hopefully WebAssign has gotten all the glitches out from those issues in the past. But if not, use that. After the test, after the deadline for the test, you'll be able to go back and review your test. That's the key. Go back and review it. Look at all your work. See what you did. Look at the answers. You have access to the answer key. After that, if there's something there that you think that, hey, I should have gotten credit for this or whatever, go there and Ask My Teacher at their problem level and say, hey, can you go back and look at this? I think I deserve credit or maybe partial credit, and I'll work with you. All of your grades, especially the averages, is going to be in WebAssign. Scores may be in Blackboard, but not necessarily the averages. Now, starting now, and you will see those grades in Blackboard, but for your average, you want to look in WebAssign where it says grades in WebAssign. You are also in the syllabus, and what I'm doing here is just again doing an overview for the syllabus. You're going to have a page there that lists the course schedule, the dates, each week, chapter, the test, and the deadline dates, and then also the date for the final exam. Now, as we get into testing, I hope you can see that. This is most important. The cool thing about our course is that all of the exams are available at the first day of class. So I don't release dates and say, okay, this is the time that you take this test. All I have put in there are deadline dates. So if you're going to be out of town, if you know that time, day, or week that you're going to be out, I don't mind you're doing that. Uh, but if you're going to miss the test, just go in and take the test before you leave. Now, if it's the vacation, I'm not going to be able to give you to extend, your date for your exam. All exams are excusable based on college official excuses like court information, military, or a doctor's statement. Now, again, you can't use notes or the textbook or graphing calculators or any other websites or any other person while you're taking the test. Just be honest. Look, folks, I'm going to work with you. If you be true to yourself and to me, I'm going to work with you. And even if you're struggling, but you're getting it, I see that and I know that. And I work with you the best that I can. And I know people have limitations. I have a whole lot of them. And so, being that I understand my limitations and weaknesses, I have to be also merciful to others. All the homework, their homework quizzes and exams are in WebAssign. Homework is unlimited attempts. The quizzes, you have 2 attempts there. You don't need to use honor lock for the quizzes. And then for the exams, you only have 1 attempt. And all exams are at least 90 minutes. Some are more, but all of them will be at least an hour and a half. In times past, you had passwords that I would give. You don't receive passwords now. All the passwords are in honor lock. So you're going to go to honor lock, click on the honor lock tab, and I have instructions in the syllabus for that. And once you do that, follow those steps. And then after that, you go and you click on the test. Once you get down to the end of those steps for honor lock, it's going to say insert password. You take that and you put that in when you go click on the test in WebAssign. You click on that, boom, bam, it's going to put that password in there for you. That's going to guarantee, I love this, it's going to guarantee that you're in that test. And once you're there, if you do those steps, that's a guarantee that you use honor lock. And we're not going to have any issues. It's going to be a very cool, smooth ride. It's my Matthew McConaughey kind of ending. Important for the first week, in the discussion board, you want to write 2 things. One, an introduction of yourself, and then secondly, you read the academic integrity policy, and then you respond. And that's most important. It's almost like when you go to the doctor or you're having surgery and they give you that fine print saying basically that you won't sue them in the end. Well, that's not really what this academic integrity policy is, but what it is saying is that you are making a promise that you're going to be honest in the work that you submit for your exams. Now, for the homeworks and stuff like that, by all means, get all the help that you can get, but make sure after you get all that help that you get it, right? Also, for the first week, you want to do a couple of things in WebAssign. One, you want to do the demo test check. It's just a mock test. It's a syllabus test, and you can take that over and over again. Make sure we get all the kinks out. Because once you do that demo test and you get that, that's how every exam is going to be in that same format. So when you do that demo test, follow my instructions there in Blackboard. you can have honor log to insert the password for you. Make sure that after you're finished with the test, you exit honor log. That's most important, and then stop sharing. Students are required to complete, I don't know why I have that in there twice. Maybe I'm going crazy. But I think the key here was to emphasize that this attendance is important. Students will complete the demo test, and also you want to do the first homework assignment. You don't have to complete it all. You can just do 2 or 3 problems in there. That's fine, and I'm going to count you, as being in attendance for the first week. That's important for students on financial aid, scholarship, or receiving military benefits. Failure to complete these assignments in WebAssign will jeopardize your status in the course. Basically, admissions will withdraw you from the course, and they will do that if I don't see where you did these 2 assignments. That is the demo test, and then also you just attempted the first homework assignment. Weekly attendance requirement is only a minimum of what is expected for this course. That is that after the first week, you must do at least 3 assignments. But if you got 7 assignments to complete for the test, but you've only completed 3 assignments, you got 4 more assignments to do if you're going to pass the test. So doing at least 3 assignments in WebAssign is just the minimum. That's just for attendance. That's just for showing up. Make sure you do everything that's necessary to be done so you can get the best grade possible in the course. Makeup policy, again, I don't have any makeup exams. I will allow for makeup exam provided that you have a legitimate doctor's excuse, court statement, military excuse, or verified technical issue. Communication, the best way to get in contact with me is my email, ernest.williams@calhoun.edu. Also, Ask My Teacher feature there at the problem level in WebAssign. It's really cool. Make sure when you email me that you state what course you're in, not just, MTH 227, but the section. Well, I take that back. You can just say, MTH 227 or MTH 238 or MTH 125, or you can just say I'm in your calculus 1 class, or I'm in your linear algebra class, or I'm in your differential equations class. That helps me because I have several classes, several students. So for me if you ask me about a grade or a problem and you just say your name, then I don't know what class you're in. I have to go and look all that information up, and that just takes time. So if you want a quicker response from me, put that information in your email, okay? Testing instructions, 4 things I think are critical. 1, you want to open up Honor Lock. That's going to be in course information in Blackboard, and then just follow the steps. And then after you do all the steps there in Honor Lock, you want to go to the test there in Blackboard and open that. That test should be in course content. Open Honor Lock tab from your taskbar, typically at the bottom of your screen, and insert the password from Honor Lock. Now, once you finish the test, number 4, exit Honor Lock. That's going to be on the bottom, and then also stop sharing. That's important that you follow that. Now, I've just put those steps here and in terms of how it's going to look, okay? Oh, yeah, and Honor Lock, to use that, you got to use Chrome, and then you have to get that Chrome extension. Just follow the steps. So over here, once I've gone through Honor Lock, then I go to Blackboard and I select whatever test that I want to take. There you're going to see click here to insert password. That's step 12. But make sure you call up, you go and you call up which exam you want. And then once you click here at 12, it's going to insert that password for you. Click verify and then click launch assignment 14. Now, for that password, if you don't see this box here, go right down here and you can click on that unlock check mark, and that's where that password is. Then you click and it will then insert that password for you. Now, after you're finished with the exam, make sure that you're going to click on exit honor lock. That's 15, and then 16, stop sharing. That exit honor lock is most important. And I did a run through, acted as a student, and yes, that, man, you got to end it right. Remarks: there are no passwords given to the students. Honor lock can insert that password for you. I think I've talked about some of this before. Uh, some of the classes have formula sheets, some of them do not. So you make sure you will see the formula sheet at the end of the syllabus if your course has formulas. And then that formula sheet is specific to what exam it can be used for. So you can't use any other notes or the textbook or your phone or any other websites. You can use that formula sheet for that particular test. At the end of your syllabus, you're going to see, if there's formulas, you're going to see that, but also student learning outcomes, 3 things that we're trying to assess: critical thinking, communication, and professionalism. There'll be a problem that came right from the homework set that you need to do, and then you can do that work. I put that assignment in web assignment, just made it like a regular homework assignment, okay? So do that. That's important for us at the college to better and to make improvements at the college for you. The rubrics there, read that, because you will see how I'm going to grade the learning outcomes. But more importantly, read that information and just apply it. Just don't apply it just for that one particular assignment, but just apply it to everything that you do henceforth. You will see how important critical thinking is, communication, and also professionalism. And then lastly, just some contacts. If you want to get in contact with me, my email, phone number, or ask your teacher there in WebAssign. If you have some technical issues, Calhoun's IT department, and I'm going to post these slides there in Blackboard for you as well. 3 ways you can get in contact with our IT department. You can call them, you can send an email, or there's also a link and you can put in a ticket. Honor Lock, they want people to use their chat box. So once you open Honor Lock, at the bottom right, you will see that queue. For tutoring, Calhoun Star Center, and put the link here for you. Hopefully it works, right? But it's in student resources there in Blackboard. Tutor.com, Calc Chat, for tutoring as well. And then also, if you have any issues with WebAssign, and don't we all, that's the phone number there for WebAssign. Well, I hope that is good for you. And trying to close this out. You all take care.